Hello everyone, I am Sanobar, your mentor for the architecture section at Safal Together, and today I am going to explain one of the most scoring and surprisingly easy part of gate architecture, that is history and contemporary architecture, which carries solid 18 to 22 marks weightage in the gate architecture paper. If you master this section, you are already securing almost 20% of your paper. So we have three chapters in this. First chapter is Western history of architecture. Second chapter is Indian history of architecture. Third chapter is modernism and contemporary styles. So as you can see, the hierarchical evolution of architecture, the architecture didn't just emerge randomly, it evolved with human civilization. That's why history is studied as a timeline. Think of it like a story. So first we are going to study prehistoric architecture, then following with Mesopotamian architecture, then following with Egyptian architecture, after that Greek architecture, Etruscan architecture, Roman architecture, and as follows. We can see this. So this is the longest and most fundamental section, this chapter 1. It starts with the very beginning, prehistoric architecture, where human built with raw stones, then Mesopotamian, Egyptian, Greek, Etruscan and Roman. Notice this portion itself tells the story of civilization moving from primitive stone blocks and to structural intelligence. So in chapter 2, we can see Indus Valley civilization, Vedic civilization, after that Buddhist architecture, following with Hindu temple architecture and Islamic architecture. This chapter helps you understand the root of Indian culture. It religiously spaces, planning, principle, temples, forms, stupas and later Mughal influences. In chapter 3, finally, the third chapter brings us to modern age, following with new classic architecture, Gothic revival architecture, Baroque arts, Art Nova, art and craft movement, modernism and postmodernism. This chapter is extremely crucial for match the following question, especially when the connecting architects with their movements and also with their buildings. So my personal recommendation is learn history as a timeline, not as isolated topic. Use flow diagram like this one. Understand defining characteristics, materials and example. In my course at Safal Together, I'm not just teaching individual style, I'm teaching the evolutionary logic behind them. That's why our students retain it more efficiently and score higher. If you want full guidance and structured history preparation with memory tricks, visual recall, and past year questions, join my History of Architecture module inside the Warrior batch. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next session. Thank you so much.